Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a while since I made my last video, but I wanted to make another one today just to let you guys know that I'm still here. If you really do want to contact me, even though I'm not making videos on YouTube related to financial markets or stock market analysis, I am teaching financial markets or stock market analysis every Sunday. So if you guys want to connect with me there, if you don't see me posting videos, that's just another place where you can find me. So real quick, just to show you this before I do a analysis today on Beyond Meat. It's more of a not so much maybe technical analysis, but it's going to be a pretty comprehensive analysis where we look at the industry analysis, the margin analysis, or profitability, and so forth. But anyways, you guys could always find me here. I teach every Sunday. It's also online and offline. So there's going to be like let's say 30 people in the room where I teach in a real estate office, but I also have a online webinar that I have running in the background. So people are welcome to join remotely. So we have people in like Sacramento in California as well as in Los Angeles. Just want to let you guys know that. It's just another way to tap into me or contact me if you don't see me posting videos on YouTube. Yeah, because I mean, I do want to admit it does become sort of a grind to just rolling out videos when you want to focus more on, perfecting your investment strategy or trading strategy. Anyways, let's get to the fun stuff. So today I want to talk about Beyond. And the reason why I wanted to do a, two-in-one video of technical and fundamental analysis is because this security doesn't have too much to do in terms of technical analysis. As you can see, this security just IPO'd pretty recently, around 40, 45, $46, and now trading at $100. So we see like 120% return already. But so not too much to say about technicals, but I think there are a lot to say in terms of like the downside risks. So let's get into the technical first, and then I'll jump into a little bit of the fundamental analysis just to kind of share with you what I see. So starting off, I love to sort of annotate my technicals over here and just kind of show you what I see. So what we have right here is an IPO around the $50, or more correctly, I believe it was $46. And then today we've rallied all the way up till 100. So we already know the percentages right there. That's about 100 plus percentage gain. We do see a lot of it'll pop. We have the IPO pop, retrace right here, kind of hold the $80 mark, didn't hang out there too long, and then now breaking out higher above 90, and now we're kind of hanging out at the $100 mark. So if you ask me what my take on Beyond Meat is from a technical perspective, the technicals look very bullish, right? But I think it's more of a hype play, because if you guys do recall, looking on Robinhood, I think Robinhood announced that Beyond was the most actively traded security, or the highest volume, popularity, whatever security out there, right this time. So to me, that sort of tells me, okay, Robinhood, free trading. What type of people are on the free trading platform? Yes, maybe conservative or people who like things that are free, right? But it also tells me that there's a lot of retail or average players that are kind of crowding around the security, kind of forecasting like, oh, this could really go to the next level. And so I want to just kind of point out, the relative fundamentals on this and how it doesn't, to me, it doesn't look too attractive. I actually see a lot of risk. So before I jump over to the fundamentals over here, just want to show you that what I'm looking at on the technicals right now is just really at the $100, seeing if it could hold or not, right? Because for the most part, we don't have too much data points in terms of like recent IPO and such. But there is one last part I want to show you about this chart, which is basically what I said earlier. So here's the actual measurement from low to high, right? So since the IPO low right there, 26 bars or 26 days since we're on a daily chart, you see 137% return at its peak right there, and the peak wasn't too long ago. The peak was only let's say 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So that to me tells me that this IPO already had its pop. It's already ran more than 100%. I mean, 50% would be great, but this is already up 137% at one point. So it's telling me that, okay, if you were an IPO buyer or a private market investor, the economics or the overvaluation is kind of stretched to the upside, and now there's substantial risk to the downside because I think people want to take their gains, right? You did see quite a bit of gain taking over here and here, but now I just personally feel that it's just getting heavier and heavier. So in my opinion, I don't mind this thing going higher. I think if it goes higher, then it gives you more opportunity to consider a short or put bet on the security. So let's jump into some of the numbers and kind of share with you what I'm seeing and why does it make sense to me, right? So if you look at this right now, I guess a simple number is there's only 385 employees, as you can see right there. It's interesting because if you do a industry comparable analysis of like processed packaged goods right here, right, and then we label it by the biggest company going down, you got like General Mills, Kellogg, Campbell Soup, and all that, right? So if you look at this, they got 23,000 for Campbell Soup. The JM's, let's see, what's this one? Smucker Company, 7,000, right? And then billions in sales. Look at number one, General Mills, 400,000. I'm sorry, 40,000 employees, right? So when I'm looking at Beyond, it's like, okay, well, investors are really betting the upside here that it could go a lot higher, but there's not really that many employees. So the question I want to ask is, are they able to scale their hiring to service the global demand of, you know, plant-based meat? So that's a major concern. If you cannot serve your market, scale with human capital to serve your market, how are you supposed to capture the money? How are you supposed to capture the demand? How are you going to supply the demand? So that's a bit of a concern, right? Not only that, physically, or I mean, human capital wise, they're not there. You got to think about hyperscale, right? The level of demand, hyperscale of physical infrastructure. Judging from the other guys with like 7,000 to 40,000 employees, they kind of have the physical infrastructure already in place, right? Looking over at a quick fundamental valuations, you're going to see that this Beyond Meat is currently trading at a 70 times price to sales ratio. Now, I know out there in like, let's say Barron's magazine or newspaper, they did talk about how this could be like a 27 price to sales ratio with a forecast of like, I think 300 million in sales. It's currently at 87 million in sales, right? I get it. I mean, 27 versus 70, that's a lot less. But if you look at the market, again, the market comparables, right? This thing is trading up there with the big time players like Campbell Soup, Conagra Brand, and all that. And if I flip over to the valuation side, you're going to see that Beyond's trading at 70 times, right? And 6 billion compared to its, biggest comparable, let's say this one right here, it's trading at a price of sales of 1, right? And then this one's trading at less than 1, right? Price to sales, and then also this one doesn't even have a price to book, meaning there's no positive stockholder shareholders equity. It's actually shareholders deficit. So to me, there's a lot of red flags about this. One is that yes, I get it, like maybe a big chain like McDonald's wants to adopt Beyond Meat, but they just are not built to scale right now. And the chart economics or the chart pattern, the chart setup's telling me that there's already IPO pop. A lot of dumb money or retail investors are already in this. I think the downside risk is very significant, especially in an environment right now where global macro is very uncertain. It looks like things want to turn the other direction, but that's another layer of analysis. So that's the quick comparable analysis, or I'm sorry, fundamental analysis, and also comparable analysis to the other industry players, right? These guys, they're already built to scale, and these are the numbers that we're seeing: a price of sales of 1, which this thing is already trading at 70, and even if it's at 27, what Barron's forecasted in sales, it wouldn't really make sense, right? And also nothing on its balance sheet, so very concerning. Let's just kind of go over here to the S1, the prospectus, and just show you what I mean by, price to book is there's nothing on it, right? The ratio. So if you go all the way down, and sometimes, you got to kind of ignore all the marketing stuff, because in investing, you got to be very quantitative and just focus on the numbers and what are the numbers saying. So if I go to selected financial data right here, it's going to pull up the income statement right here, and this is what we're seeing. So every year they have a net loss, which is okay. It's kind of typical. Net loss on income or earnings, it doesn't make too much sense for this one, maybe. I'm normally a software investor, so in that realm, it makes sense. This is more of a physical business, so it's a little concerning. I'm not an expert in this realm, but I can see that it's not making money, right? But the scary part right here is the 2017 to 2018 stockholders deficit, right? It's negative, so it's not looking too good. But yeah, I think that's all I had to say. This video went a lot longer. It's about 10 minutes. I don't want to go any longer. It could actually bore people. So I hope you guys enjoy this 10-minute video on my technical analysis and fundamental analysis, as well as industry comparable analysis on Beyond Meat. Hope you enjoy, and if you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out, DM me anytime you like. Thank you so much.